What if I told you there's a chemical in your head that controls your happiness and cravings? It's called dopamine. And in this video, we are diving deep into how it shapes your behavior, especially when it comes to addiction. Stay tuned to uncover simple yet powerful ways to naturally boost your dopamine and keep your brain in top shape for life. But right before all that, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my big purposeful mission right now is to help prevent 1,000 men from getting to suicidal thoughts because of porn addiction. These are my type of videos, and if that interests you, make sure you subscribe. Imagine right now yourself, you get invited by this beautiful girl to a date. She seems interested in you and she wants to see if things could work out. You're stressing in your room thinking about all the cool things that could happen during this date. Your anxiety starts creeping in and you imagine all the bad things that could happen during the date, the rejection that could happen, the fact that, hey, why is she even interested in me? I'm not that interesting, right? You have this low self-confidence and you can't even trust the fact that she's really there for you. You start to think maybe that she do this as a joke. She's not even interested in you. You start thinking that, and right before going to the date, you visualize yourself getting rejected. You visualize yourself with the date going super bad, everything not working out. And what happens? You cancel the date right before it happened. Porn addiction. This is all because of your porn addiction. And you're lucky because if you click the first link down in the description, this could really help you. On that, let's continue directly with the video. What is dopamine? Dopamine is the feel-good chemical of your brain. When you do something right, like eating, for example, it rewards your brain so that you continue doing this good habit to survive. Dopamine also plays a crucial part in other aspects of your life, such as motivation, learning, and even your attention. So when you focus and everything, dopamine helps with that. And what happens is that dopamine is supposed to reward your good habits. So for example, if you think about before this time, you were rewarding yourself because you were eating, because that's how you survive, right? You eat and you procreate. So you're supposed to get rewards from that. Your brains want to reward you for surviving because he wants to thrive, he wants to grow. So he will reward you for eating and for fucking other women to procreate so that you survive. But right now, what happens is that scientists and people found ways to create these dopamine inside your brain without actually doing the hard work to, for example, fuck the woman or eat a good diet. Now you get these cravings of dopamine because you get so much dopamine from random tasks that don't need any effort. For example, biggest thing that I could think of right now is social media. Social media, the effort that you have to put in is just using your one finger and scrolling. And that creates dopamine inside of your brain and rewards you for being alive. But you shouldn't be rewarded as much for just lifting your fingers. And what happened is that your brain right now thinks that, hey, if I lift a finger, I get so much reward. So that should be everything in my life, right? Everything I should have to put just only that type of effort and get big rewards. And as you know, that's really not how it works, right? You're not working inside of your job one day and getting a promotion directly. You're working for sometimes 2 to 3 years before getting a promotion. But because of that instant gratification, non-stop receiving instant dopamine for your efforts and things, you're getting used to that. Porn addiction is no exception, because when you're on your porn addiction, you just have to find your video and you trick your brain into thinking that you're actually fucking the girl. So in the past, fucking the girl was actually really rewarding, and that was because you were surviving. So your brain saw it as a way to survive. You're not going to survive if you fuck a girl in pixels on your phone, right? But because you're manipulating your brain into thinking that you're actually fucking right now, he thinks, oh yeah, it's really good, that's great, right? And he rewards you excessively, but you're not actually fucking anyone. So he didn't really put any effort into this, but you received a big rewards. And you can imagine all the big problems that can come with that, right? And this is really why addiction is so difficult to break. The brain is essentially rewired to crave that dopamine surge. Because you're always on that porn addiction, now your brain got manipulated and now he thinks that he needs to masturbate again to feel like that good inside of him. Because your brain craves the dopamine. If not, it wouldn't create it to continue good habits, right? And because porn manipulates yourself and gives you that much dopamine, it manipulates your brain and make it think that it needs porn in order to survive right now. And because of that, that's what creates your addiction. And now you can't stop, and even though you try to stop, you didn't fight your brain. So your brain still thinks that he needs porn in order for him to survive, even though he does not. You lived successfully a lot of years without porn, but right now, because you're manipulated because of that addiction, you no longer think that you can survive without porn. And that's why you're not able to quit. And to quit, it's not a process. Like, it's not, oh yeah, I will convince my brain that I can live without it and I'll be free. You have a lot more steps to implement, but that's just one of the steps. There's good methods to rewire the brain, but I will talk about the easy, healthy ones. So that would be to implement healthy habits, such as exercising. Spending quality time with your family is really important. That brings you healthy dopamine. And meditation makes you make the point inside of your brain and be super calm, super focused. And by doing just these three things that I just mentioned repetitively, like every day, you will see that you have great improvement inside of your journey. Especially the spending time with your family. You don't realize it right now, but spending time with your family makes a big difference in your life. And you only realize this when it's too late and you're lonely, you're not this close to your family anymore. Maybe you went out of the city and you left them behind and you're not contacting them anymore. But this kind of creates a black hole inside of you, and this is a feeling that needs to be filled. And this can only be filled if you're close with your family. And sometimes when people leave their family and they don't talk with them, they're not close with their family, they have this deep feeling that they need this love from their family. But what they do, they go online and fap to porn to kind of try to fill that void, but it will never fill that void, right? You have on one side porn addiction, which is pixels of naked women that don't even know you and will probably never know you. And you have your family, the mother that created you, and like your sisters and brothers, and even the father that had you inside of him at the start, right? You were the sperm of your father. So these two people are there, and you're still choosing porn addiction. So as I already said, the healthy dopamine boost that you can have from exercising, spending time with quality people like your family, and meditation, but I will add another one, which is the diet. Diet is really important for healthy dopamine. Your sleep is the most important thing in your life. It's when you're sleeping that you're kind of rearranging everything inside of your brain. He's sorting all the stuff that happens during the day, and you're kind of regenerating yourself during sleep. So please don't go and sleep 5 hours and sometimes just 6 and sleeping always at different hours. Try to really sleep at the same hours every day and sleep for 8 hours minimum. Try just that. This could be the difference that it makes. Like, just try it for like maybe 2 weeks and tell me about it, like how it happened and everything, sorry. Because I'm sure you will see a great difference and you will ask yourself why you didn't do it before, right? Also, achieving small goals. For example, you're creating your business and setting steps in order for you to accomplish your business. And every time you check market, this will create a little dopamine boost inside of you, but it's good dopamine. It's actually really good for you and it's healthy and everything. So actually do that. And you will see you will accomplish way better things because you will have this craving that you want to get again this kind of dopamine. And this kind of dopamine is great for you. It's a sense of accomplishment and it creates really great things inside of you. And now, after implementing everything I just talked about, what can you expect in the long-term health benefits? Well, if you have greater dopamine, so no longer addiction, nothing bad, just great habits and everything, and your dopamine comes from healthy things, you can expect to have a way better focus, an improved focus compared to before. You will have a greater sense of well-being, you will feel way better inside of you, you will have way higher self-confidence, and you will be able to have way more energy also. And this can all lead to way better decision making. You can imagine, right, that if you want to become a CEO of a big business, for example, you have to take a lot of decisions. And what happens if a lot of the time you make worse decisions? Someone that makes better decisions than you will do way better than you, right? But you want to be on top. You want to be the boss of the boss. So you have to always be at the top performance that you can have. And you want to be able to make always the good decision so that you can thrive and surpass anyone else that is your competition. And as a bonus, right before leaving, I will say you this. Here's a quick tip. Try to avoid quick dopamine fixes like scrolling on social media. Sometimes you go on social media and you don't even think about it and 3 hours has already passed. And now for 3 hours you were dopamine non-stop. And this is really not good for your brain. 3 hours non-stop of dopamine is really not great. Instead, focus on activities that provides lasting rewards, such as exercising and spending time quality with your family. Your brain will be healthier and happier in the long term. And on that, you can really trust me. I did all of this, and at first it's hard to trust someone else because there are so much people with bad intention in the world. But with all the videos that I make about this subject, like I wouldn't make all of them if it wasn't good, right? So imagine me trying to really spend my time doing this so you can take less time realizing all of what I realized. Imagine if for me it took 1 year, but for you it took like 2 months. I saved you 10 months of your life. And maybe right now you're kind of young, you're maybe the same age as me, so around like 20, 21. And when you're at that age, you don't really see like, oh yeah, I still have maybe 80 years in front of me. But maybe that later in life, when you're around 40, you will remember like, oh yeah, I saved 10 months of hard work and searching for the answer just because I listened to that one video of Wesley, right? And what kind of impact does it have on you? So that's really what I like from my videos, is that it can have such a lasting impact on someone, and sometimes they don't even realize it right now, but just the fact that you watched this video maybe unlocked something on your brain and now you see it in a different way. And like, yes, I'm making these videos to help people and everything, and I offer coaching also in this same way, but the point of these videos are not to make clients, right? I'm here to help people. And sometimes it's funny because I help people without them paying for me, right? I have this coaching program, so you could pay for my services, but I make these free videos, and sometimes people get more help from these videos and they don't even need to pay me. So like, I don't know, that's so fulfilling and everything. Anyway, on that, take care of yourself. Mwah.